So we've come to the portion of the curriculum where we're now talking about classes and objects. And classes and objects are used to organize our variables in our program. And when we use them, we are using the object-oriented programming model. Okay, and so this is like the standard model that people use to program ever since the 60s when it was first introduced. And what is the object-oriented programming model? It's coding using classes and objects. Okay. And that begs the question, what is a class? Right? And so what are classes? Classes are a blueprint for how to create an object. Okay, so then that means, what is an object? Well, an object is a set of variables that can be stored in a single variable. Okay. Set of variables that can be stored in a single variable. Okay. And when you want to think about classes and objects, classes are a blueprint for how to create an object, just like a blueprint for how to create a house, right? The architect takes out a blueprint to a field, and he uses the blueprint to build a house. Then he uses the blueprint to build a second house, and a third house, and a fourth house, and soon he's covered the area with houses using the same blueprint. They're called tract homes, and many people buy their houses in a area that has been developed that way. Right? But notice in the example that the blueprint doesn't contain a house. It doesn't contain a room. It doesn't contain the kitchen. It doesn't contain a piece of wood or a nail. All it is information on how to create a house. All right. In the same way, that's what a class is. It's a blueprint for how to create an object. It is the information that can be used to create an object, which is a set of variables. All right. It's not until you create an object that you suddenly have a set of variables that you can set the values to, that you can print out, that you can use in your program. All right. So I just want to make it very clear that classes are only the information on how to create an object. They are not a set of variables. Okay. And objects are actual physical variables that you can use in your program. Alright, so let's go ahead and stop there, and then in the next video we'll go over our first example of how to create a class and create an object and use the object.